Testing.
Testing.
Okay, good. Alright, so you guys can't see the screen right now, which is totally fine because I'm about to back out. But hey there, my name's Ethonra, and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, the very first part. So I'll change the screen in a second because I know this is really boring to look at, and hopefully you all haven't skipped too far ahead. So I'll repeat myself when I go back. But all of this is going to be new to me, so we're going to back all the way out so we can see this. I said before that I promised I'd watch it here, so that's what we're going to do. Hopefully it's playing. Give me a second to actually catch the stream up because I'm going back and forth with the volume. No? Really? Oh, that's a shame. I guess we can't watch it together then. I'll have to do it on my own time. Sorry, I'll just hop into the world. So, I guess this would be a good time to talk about that while this is loading. So, I'm excited. You know, considering it's me, that's kind of a big deal. I'm somewhat excited. I look forward to some of the changes they made to Gunbreaker. Like, this is something I found out days ago, and I was waiting for a chance to talk about it. But I didn't want to make an entire stream talking about just one thing, and I didn't want to stream Destiny yet because I'm waiting on something, and I didn't want to talk about it there either, so I decided to just wait till Endwalker. Okay, hopefully this is going to load in now. Right. Okay, good. So, for those who might have skipped ahead until this part came up, I'm afraid you're going to have to go back a bit, because I actually was talking during all that blue screen. But anyway, I learned that they actually did what I've been begging them to do since the beginning. Apparently they did, unless it's a rumor, we're about to find out. But apparently they did make it so that the Gunbreaker's default combo is all on one button. Gunbreaker was the only one I kind of spoiled myself for, just to see all the changes. Yeah, see, here we go. Yeah, I already knew about the renewal thing, so... Whoops. Nope, go back. Yeah, okay. Close that. Yeah, so now they're not on the... Oh, right. Because, let me see. It should be here somewhere. Dang. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh well. It doesn't matter too much if I'm wrong. So, okay. First thing I wanted to do is actually not start the story yet. I'm going to go see... I'm guessing that's the new area. I'm going to go and see if Reaper is where I think it is. Because what I plan to do... Not going to do it here. I already see there's a Reaper right there. What I'm planning to do is I'm going to do the story this stream, but I want to start on Reaper to kind of play with it in my spare time. So then when I do the Reaper story, like I've done the other stories in the past, I can just upload it all in 1 or 2 videos. So Reaper's technically going to start here, but the Endwalker story is going to be the main focus. Yep, that's probably it right there. Yep, the killer instinct. That's got to be it. Oh, and when I say I'm just picking up Reaper, I really mean I'm just picking it up. I'm not even going to equip it unless I have to. Well, I might just to, you know, make the class and stuff. Oh, you couldn't even wait, could you? So thanks for spoiling that for me. Now I know what it looks like on a Lalafell. I know, I'm being kind of a dick, but seriously, what are the odds? But it is my luck, right? So, of course. Alright, let me close some of these. So some of the things like this, I was actually preparing for getting the Reaper weapon, because I'm pretty sure they're relic, whatever you wish to call. I usually call them relics, even though they could be like the anima and whatnot. Oh. So yeah, that's kind of what I was doing in my spare time. Oh, they changed this. That's really nice. Now you don't kind of have to remember too hard where everything is. Go by your memory, which, you know, I'm pretty bad at. Speaking of which, can't wait to see how I embarrass myself throughout this expansion. But I'd rather deal with that than something out of my control happens, like, I don't know, the stream crashing, or my volume being randomly turned off, and I don't know it because I have my stream on my phone muted. So if I am muted right now, then I have no idea. I like how people aren't even trying to hide that they're Reapers now. Oh, look at that. Oh, I already have a problem with her. Oh, I just noticed something. Hold up. No, not that. There we go. I found out how to turn that off and on because at first I didn't, so sorry about that. That's another thing I need to do. I nearly forgot to read the journal and talk to these guys. So, as usual, read the bottom one, pause it, you know, when you inevitably watch this later, because no one's here right now. And right here. Oh, I don't even have to go that far, do I? Well, despite the spoilers running amok, I do hope that the Lalafell at least holds the scythe differently. That's a neat... Oh, nope, that's a scythe. Man, these people are getting it, aren't they? Oh, I know exactly how, too. I know exactly how. For a second there, I thought that one scythe was a sword until I got a closer look at it. And I guess, just for the sake of showing it, I guess I'll just go ahead and equip it, put the armor on and stuff. But the actual quests will come later. Getting some Dark Knight vibes all over again. And yeah, niche, indeed. I actually couldn't even read that. That was so fast. Well, that's not a hard decision to make. I've been a Dark Knight before. Ninja is my main DPS, so, well, soon to be ex-DPS, I should say. Make sure we're still caught up. So I kind of like I said, there's things tying in here. Like I said, Ninja, Main, Garlean, Assassins. Needing to spill blood for the common good. Very Dark Knight-esque. I like it. Alright, but before I do that, let me make sure I have the room for it. Yeah, I definitely do. Well, no, that's not necessarily true. Yeah, this needs to be cleaned up, but I do have enough room. But yeah, I do have enough room, so we're good. That's kind of a funny line. I'm gonna choose this one. I'm very eager to try this out, but like I said, I will do the main story first, or at least to a point. New jingle. Alright, so I guess I'm just blind because I don't see it. Ah, there it is. I knew it was supposed to be white, so I was looking down here, but these are tools, not weapons. Really? That's the best? Oh, right, because the other gear's level 80. And of course I can't equip a glamour. Well, that's gonna have to wait. Let's at least leave this. Let me talk to her again. I don't think I can. Yeah, we'll come back later. I do have the level 80 gear ready, though. So, like I said, once I get level 80, I'll take care of that in my spare time. Maybe run those 3 Basja quests as a Reaper to kind of show what I can do with it. Which, admittedly, probably won't be that impressive, but at least you'll get to see. Well, kind of. Got to make sure no one's standing on top of me, being a Lalafell and all. Plus, you best believe there's going to be Reapers all over Basja. I almost want to do that now, actually, but I'm a man of my word. There. I'm gonna go and take care of this right now, so bear with me. Soul gauge and death gauge, huh? So, let's see. I think I'll put that right there. And the depth gauge, don't have access to it yet, but I'll put it, let me think, because that's where the hot bars are, so, I guess I'll put it right there for now till I actually use it. Also, one more thing. Just so I don't make myself a hypocrite, I'll at least do it here so no one can see. Okay, I think they hold it differently. Not sure about this. I do like this pose though. It reminds me of something. Can't remember though. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Niche was talking about some hype. That battle stance definitely has some hype in it. Look at that. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. But that's enough of that. Let's hop on to the main story. Oh yeah, that is something they said, didn't it? That they kind of nerfed everything. I just noticed how pitiable my health looks. I was at like over 19k, almost 20 before. Now it's what, not even a quarter of that? I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I think I've talked to them already because that feels familiar. Yeah, I think I talked to them already. Yeah, I have, because I remember that for sure. Alright, let's do it. I'm probably going to save that for Reaper. Get to level 80. I'm going to save that for Reaper. Speaking of Reaper, let me go and say this, because I don't remember if I finished my thought. Well, hold on. Okay. I was making sure they didn't have vocal dialogue. So, like I said, the beginning of there is technically part 1, but when I make the Reaper video separately, I'll still call that part 1. Technically I guess technically it is actually part 1, because I didn't finish part 1, but either way, I just wanted to clarify that. Even though this part from the beginning won't be in part 1, it'll still be part 1. I just thought of something. Since I plan to do these dungeons, the ones that are optional at least, well, we'll see. We'll have to see. I'll save that thought. Probably end up forgetting, though. I guess I'll tell you. I was gonna say, when it comes to doing the optional dungeons, I'm just gonna run with the gang. That being the case, if it lets me, I might choose to go Reaper. That way I can get some easy experience. At least I think I'll get experience from that. I should, but we'll have to see if it lets me first off. I just find it weird that I guess they need a name. It's just when they call themselves the Telafari, I think that's how it's pronounced. That's the name you would give an actual organization, not just two people. But I guess if you count everyone they've enthralled, then fine. But I just find it weird that the main people are just two, and they give themselves an organization name. That never really dawned on me till right now. She's too fierce for this world. I can see why people like the music, but it hasn't quite won me over just yet. But I said pretty much the same thing about Shadowbringers Dungeons, and it's one of my favorite themes now, so... But yeah, I'm really excited to level up Reaper in my spare time. Oh, that's something else I was going to say. I nearly forgot about that. In addition to what I said earlier about if it lets me do it in the dungeon with NPCs and I can level up there, I will. In addition to that, if I'm able to hit level 80-ish before getting really deep into the main story, I'll also level up Reaper there. Because as a tank, it'll be relatively easy to level up, T-pose. It'll be relatively easy to level up as a tank, and a healer for that matter. So that's not a big deal. I can queue up for almost anything and be guaranteed to get in there pretty fast. But with the DPS, that'll take much longer. So I think it would actually be a smarter idea to use story quests to level up as opposed to just grinding dungeons and Bosja like I plan to, and I still will. That being said, for as long as I'm doing the stream, pretty much I'll be on Gunbreaker. Okay, this is one of the downsides when there's a lot of people around. Which, obviously, this is something I'm not going to complain about. This literally can't be helped. It's the day of early access, so of course, gotta expect this. It's just gotta wait just a little bit for everyone to pop up, and I have to be careful not to miss anyone. Taru should be here. She's probably... yeah. Okay, so everyone's here, so we'll start on this side. Yeah, I agree. It probably will. It's like a smoking gun situation. You don't say you're no longer part of my family and then expect no consequences. Fair enough. I actually kind of did forget. Yeah? Yeah, that's relatable too. Alright, Taru, what's up? Yeah, everyone and then some. That's pretty. Hey, I recognize that guy. That's from the, yeah, the one in green, Samurai Quest. And she's from the, Rogue Quest.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louisois of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Yep, I remember that.
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
Better.
Are you all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught. Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just... we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world. And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends. I'll hold you to that.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hey, it's my boy.
Hori! Coulternay! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye, we your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
We set the sail! All aboard for Charlian!
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
How about just contacting her when we land safely?
Have a safe journey! And please, please, be careful.
That's a cool screenshot.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown.
Hey.
A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent.
Sorry, I couldn't help but chuckle. Again, that's one of the things I like playing as a Lalafell. You get unique things like that, because every other character would look over the railing. We look through the
and there,
gaps.
In the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Speaking of which, as nice as it is to hear Emmett Selk, I kind of wish it'd be Ardbert instead, just because it'd make, to me, more sense from a story standpoint, considering Ardbert is literally part of the Warrior of Darkness. So it would make sense for him to be doing our internal monologue, because he can probably see what we see. I'm not sure if he's still conscious within us or not, but he is still there. So Emmett Selk seems more like a fan service kind of thing, unless there's a lore-esque reason why they chose to use him. But that's not a complaint, that's just an observation. Well, not a complete complaint, let me say it like that. Not complaining isn't a bad thing, but more like, why? So I guess it is technically a complaint, but not one meant to be negative. And I'll probably stream for as long as my phone can hold out, so don't worry, there'll be many, many parts, probably 3 or 4. Because I don't plan to do all of this in one stream. I typically never do. Like my Shadowbringers, Well, that's kind of the exception, obviously, because that one had the expansions and stuff. Speaking of,
here. Feel. Think.
Another good screenshot. I wish I could take these, but it would ruin the stream.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt.
That's not me, by the way. I think it's actually going ahead on its own.
Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself.
Oh yeah, that's right. She did appear to us in the last Shadowbringers.
I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
I like her eyes. These are both really good. Can't confirm that yet. Let's do this one.
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer.
Oh, okay. So we're doing Jedi kind of logic.
You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Hydaelyn has always been, a primal. Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse, which threatened the ancient world. And I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield. Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine.
I just want to comment here real quick. It's unrelated, but I like the scenery that's going on because Hydaelyn, more or less, is standing in the light, and I am the new Warrior of Darkness in the shadow. I think that's a little cool contrast going on.
Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks! Sharlayan's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
I find, well, for one, I would like to say, you know, not as much as I'd like to continue this conversation, but she did say that it's taxing sorely to be here at all. So, for her own sake, I'll end the conversation.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff, though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Then let's go! Let's go! Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Sharlayan.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's as majestic as I'd imagine it'd be.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you? Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinian saith. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlayan proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
I like that Crisis Core-esque music.
Sharlayan, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets.
He sounds excited about that.
Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I should also, well, I said I should also make it obvious when I was mentioning, I preferred if Ardbert was the one talking. Obviously, there were some things he wouldn't know, like what
I thought they'd never let us off the
said.
ship. What's next, then? Entry applications?
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Charlian all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Charlian only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge. If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Charlian's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall. Shall we? Greetings. We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
I am. Grahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we can process those applications first.
Ishtola rule.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Welcome home. Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alizé Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny. And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
This one is pretty amusing, but that could, I don't think it's gonna have any, it's not gonna have any real world consequences, like, oh, because I said this, they're gonna recognize I'm tied to the Scions and that ruins everything. But that's probably the funniest answer, but I'm gonna choose this one.
An adventurer. Well, I suppose that is considered a valid calling in your native Eorzea, and it does indeed match the profile provided. You may enter. And you, sir?
Estinian Valeno, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession now?
If you'll allow me... My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the wilderness.
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organization.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Kryl! It is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you all seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we? Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
You know, I was waiting for her to finish. But I know she turned her nose up at me being an adventurer, as I knew she would, because scholars. But, I bet if this place was invaded by Garleans, she wouldn't stay and fight now, would you? I'll think about it. So, of course, pause it, read it. Pause it, read it. Okay, try to be very careful here. I don't want to accidentally click on Kryl. That is true. Alright, probably didn't get too much done here, but I'm actually going to stop it here. 2 reasons. 1, Reaper. 2, I would like for this crowd to die down just a little bit. So rest assured, if I don't stream later today, it'll definitely be tomorrow. But I do have to be somewhere by December the 11th, and I'll probably be back at December the 14th. But that's not an issue at all right now. I just thought I'd let you know. So, thank you all for swinging by. Oh, yeah, I'll do it later. Thank you all for swinging by, and I'll see you around.